Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers potentially signing one-time All-Star Brook Lopez, who's a 2021 NBA champion and two-time All-Defensive Team. There was a report that, NBA Central made that was a list of 5 centers the Lakers are targeting this offseason, and this was what it said. The Lakers have been showing interest in Nick Claxton, Robert Williams III, and Walker Kessler on the trade market, while also monitoring Brook Lopez and Clint Capella as potential backups to whoever they acquire as their starting center. This was the other part of the tweet. Sources close to the team said many times that the internal plan is to trade for their starting center. Sources say they have held conversations with other teams about Nick Claxton, Robert Williams, Walker Kessler, and others. Then ideally use the taxpayer mid-level on his backup. Brook Lopez and Clint Capella are the two names most often linked to the Lakers. It's a solid plan. They're just considered likely to be able to execute, which would actually be a solid idea. Look, the first guys of names that I talked about as the trade guys, those are all really nice young centers. I don't know how realistic the Walker Kessler target is, because that is going to be a trade where I don't know if Utah is going to want to move him, but I would have to think the Walker Kessler fit would probably be the best fit. I look at Robert Williams. I think he's, just my opinion, very injury prone. I look at, then I look at, I also look at Nick Claxton. I think he'd be a great fit. He'd be a great fit with Luka, but it's going to cost a lot to give him up. It's going to be this. You're going to have to give up a lot to get Walker Kessler, but it might be similar prices, but I think the Jazz might be more willing to sell. But I think Walker Kessler is better defensively, and is a good lob threat. I think Walker Kessler is the better fit next to Luka. Now, then I look at the two guys that they're looking at as backups, Brook Lopez and Clint Capella. Honestly, seeing how Luka was so good with lob threats during the playoff run, with how good he was with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, I think the two best fits, if we're looking at trade for one, sign one, is Clint Capella and Walker Kessler. But if you're looking for three-point shooting, of all the guys that that are mentioned, the only guy that is even close to being able to shoot threes is Brook Lopez. He's a great three-point shooter. I mean, he started off his career absolutely terrible from three. Like his first 8 seasons, whatever it was 3 for 31 from three. He was not a three-point shooter, and when he shot it, he was not a maker either. But then the 2016-17 season, his last year in Brooklyn, he started to be able to knock down threes. He practiced it, got better at it, and it got even better when he went to Milwaukee too. And in his 7 seasons in Milwaukee, he shot 36% from three. It's gotten to the point where in his career from three, he has shot 35% from three and shot 37% from three this season on 5 attempts. He's also great defensively. He averaged a total of 2 blocks per game this year, 2.4 in the 2023-24 season, and 2.5 in the 2022-23 season. He finished second place in Defensive Player of the Year voting in the 2022-23 season, an award I thought should have gone to Brook Lopez. But at the same time, very good defensively. But the problem is that I think with Brook Lopez and bringing him in, he's not a lob threat. He's not a guy that Luka can get in a pick and roll and throw a lob to. Look at the other guy that is being mentioned as a potential signing for this Lakers team, Clint Capella. Clint Capella is an amazing lob threat. I've seen it as a Rockets fan with James Harden and James Harden and Clint Capella the years I got to see that, and I loved it. The pick and roll and the alley-oop from James Harden to Clint Capella, I enjoyed watching, and I was really upset when the Rockets traded him. And I think Luka's very similar to James Harden. Is such a great facilitator. The way he moves with the ball, Luka is very similar to James Harden, and he's in his career has been very good of having chemistry with with the big man on his roster, sometimes two, like you saw in that finals run, he had two lob threats. And so Clint Capella would be a guy that Luka would love because of throwing the ball up and just giving him giving someone a lob. And that's something I don't feel like he had enough with the Lakers this season. And maybe he throw it up for LeBron, but I think that's one of the things that this Lakers team and Luka were missing this season when they traded for him, and that's going to be something I believe that they're going to look for. Going into next season. And so Brook Lopez isn't that, but at the same time we know that they're looking for better 3-point shooting, and Brook Lopez does do that. So I could see Brook Lopez joining the Lakers. It has been reported. It was reported exactly a week ago, that the Lakers are big fans of Brook Lopez. So who knows? They might go after Brook Lopez. But like I said, I think of the two guys I mentioned as to be a backup of whoever they trade for, of Brook Lopez and Clint Capella. I think Clint Capella is the better fit for Luka. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section on the potential signing, and peace out.